You know, we're all getting to be old timers now. We've been here quite a while, and probably the thing that's kept us all here is the management of the company. Unbeknownst to Bart and Bond, they were in a training program from the time they were born. They planted trees, sprayed brush, cleaned roads, cleaned culverts, did all the dirty work that we hire summer crew kids to do. So even though they were pretty young when their dad died, they had a lot of experience. And I've always had a lot of admiration for both Bart and Bond because of their work ethic. Frequently, Bond still is the last one to leave the office at night. Everybody else is gone and Bond is still here, you know, taking care of the business.
After their dad died in a plane crash, I was kind of worried like what would happen to Starker Forest as far as the overall philosophy, and there's absolutely no question that both boys decided to push the philosophy forward.
Bond has continued to set the tone for the culture in the company, and hopefully the younger generation of Starkers as they come up will continue to do that too.
I think they're very committed to sustainability over many, many generations, and that's very rewarding and comforting to know that we will have this resource and this family business in our backyard.
Starkers, you know, they're more than just loggers. I mean, they're, what do they call it, stewards. They, you know, take care of what they have. We did a lot of land swap and sales to Starkers, which was really great to work with the boys, Bond and Bart.
People want to sell their family property to a company that's got good rapport and does good management.
When they buy a piece of property and they want to split off the house and just keep the timber, quite often the family will say, well, this family member is interested in buying it. Can you wait a year to see if we can accumulate money to do that? I thought it was pretty remarkable that they would buy a piece and then hold on to it for at least a year before they did anything, just to accommodate the family.
Yeah.
One of the things I do here, kind of to give back to the family and the company, is I try to educate the students so that by the time you're a junior or senior, you're doing that real application out in the woods, forestry. 2 alumni of this program actually are full-time foresters up there, and that's part of the outreach that I do, kind of as a payback for them for everything that they've done for me.
The variety of recreational opportunities on Starker land has expanded over the years, partly because more people are familiar with us, but we've also accumulated a little more land. We've always had hunters. They've been probably the #1 permittees, but this mountain biking has increased exponentially. But just hikers and picture takers and berry pickers.
You just have to call them and say you're interested, and they provide the activities and the place, and they bring you a bus to bring your kids there. I mean, we couldn't ask for much more as teachers.
Recently, we acquired a 20-acre land lab, and right off the bat, Bond gave us the okay to use that barn to store equipment and things like that. And I think that's just a show of the dedication that he has in support of us and the program.
And we have a bunch of tree planters that work for us. We have a whole bunch of loggers and road builders and surveyors, direct foresters, you know, the people who work out of this office. You know, they're all important.
They're good people. I like Starkers. Yeah, they're not just, you know, their whole crew, the whole workforce of people. They're all good.
I know we have just loved having them as neighbors. I know when the market went down, they were logging areas that they really weren't ready to log because they wanted to keep people working.
I personally don't feel there's going to be any shift in the legacy of the company. I think it's strong now, and it's going to continue to only get stronger.
I'm kind of looking over the shoulders of all these younger people who are doing the work. Even though I have no responsibility to do that, it's just a pleasure to see how they're doing it. I pinch myself every day thinking about having this job, and I think if as you talk to the other foresters in the organization, the other people who have had the privilege to associate closely with the family will feel the same way. You know, it's been a privilege to know and be a part of this family.